Well, hello there, heisters! We're back with more Payday 3 news. This latest update that just came out brought us some necessary quality of life improvements. Quality of life improvements. Man, I cannot talk. Unfortunately, there's no new content to be covered unless you count new inspect animations, which are nice, but I don't really consider that new content. New content to me is kind of like, you know, when Almir accidentally showed off that potentially the new Legacy heist coming out before the end of the year might be First World Bank. And if that's the case, I'm excited because that's a classic Payday heist. But I figured it would be good to talk about this update because it's a big one in terms of importance. The big question that is asked about Payday 3 is whether or not it's worth getting into now, and content-wise, I would say so. Now that the game is in a much more appropriate state with like 15 heists and a bunch of guns, and that whole first year that's bundled together into the year 1 edition of the game, but that's not why I say it's a good time to get into Payday 3. I say it's a good time because the quality of life has reached a point where most issues are resolved. Now granted, there's still work to be done, but that would be nitpicking, at least for the most part. Most of the major stuff at this point has been taken care of, showing that Starbreeze can stay true to their word when it came to Operation Medic Bag, which is really good because that was something we were all concerned about 8 months ago. Now this update brought us 3 major quality of life improvements that have been missing and a small few fixes that I want to go over afterwards. The first major improvement is the menu's UI. It's so much more improved, it's like a completely different game. Starbreeze, this menu is fantastic. The main menu shows not only your character, but also the people you're playing with. So much better than having to check a number at the bottom corner of the screen, I'd say. The vendors and the inventory looks a lot better. It's amazing what simple borders and some minor changes can really do to make something feel significantly better. To add to this, we finally got that server browser we've been waiting for. This is so much better. And not just compared to before, but even to Payday 2, this is visually so much better. There are a few things I'd love to see added, like a filter for what heists you can find when starting a quick match. Like if I could disable some heists like Torbid Station, that would be nice, but I'm willing to wait for this feature. One thing that I really like about this new server browser is that you can see the exact locations of each heist on the map, like where they're actually supposed to take place. However, I thought that syntax error was down the street from Dirty Ice. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's a great visual to show you where each heist takes place. My only concern is if we ever leave this part of New York, like what are they gonna do? But other than that, it's fantastic. And the last major addition we got is a voice chat. It's crazy to think that it took this long for us to get it, but it's finally here. It's finally here and it's always hot mic, no push to talk glory. Yep. That's right. That's the major downside. For some reason, Starbreeze decided to channel their inner Bethesda Fallout 76 and make it so that way push to talk is not a thing. So if you don't disable it, then you always have a hot mic, which sucks if you're like me and you're always playing Payday 3 while on Discord with your friends. And those friends might not necessarily be playing Payday 3 with you, but you're talking about something stupid, like how bad the Halo TV show is. Yeah, I'm not gonna get over that one anytime soon, and there will be a video discussing it. I want you to know that that's coming. So for now, I'm gonna have voice to chat disabled on my game just because I don't want to bother people. But I believe console players can now see the messages from PC players. I could be wrong since I'm a PC player myself, so let me know in the comments if that's the case. Now let's move on to those small fixes that I mentioned early on. The lighting issues on some maps have been removed entirely. No more oily screen on Boys in Blue or burning your retinas on Fear and Greed. They've been completely removed, but now the vibe feels a bit off on Fear and Greed without those blue and red lights. My guess is they took this out until they can find a proper fix for it. I have no proof of this, mind you, but I have a gut feeling that that's what's gonna happen. Oh! But I do have some good news that actually ties to this. Remember how in a previous video that I found that these Zenny glasses actually helped with the blue lighting on Fear and Greed and I wasn't sponsored by them? Well, now we've actually partnered up. So if you're looking for a new pair of prescription or non-prescription eyewear of any kind for a fantastic price, follow the link in the description or this link thingy in the corner of the video and you'll get a 10% discount and you'll be helping out the channel. I'm looking to get a better camera for the live bits that I record or have someone help me edit so that way I can be more consistent with my uploads. So you would be helping me reach that goal. Now, the last thing I want to talk about for Payday 3 are the Twitch drops that are going on right now. These are honestly some of my favorites. The reimagined DW mask is awesome, and the mini Dallas sticker and golden spoon are just my style, being absolutely silly. I mean, you're talking to the guy who makes all their weapons look like Nerf guns, so, you know. Now let's talk about some of the downsides of this update, because no update's perfect. Every update's gonna have some level of bugs and issues. For instance, the first time I try to use the server browser, I end up getting a connection error. This only happened once, but you know, it's something to keep an eye out for. I've also seen some weird lighting issues from those areas where they removed the bad lighting, so it's nothing too spectacular, nothing too big. I have also had it where on the first day of this update, I had some issues buying things from the vendor. It took a while to get the purchase to go through, but thankfully that seems to be mostly fixed now. Oh, before I forget, the C-Stacks counter is finally fixed, so no more having to like go back and forth between the menus to see that. Now, before you go, I have 3 questions for you. Do you think that Payday 3, after its year of updates, is now looking like it's on track with Payday 2? And if not, what needs to be fixed? Second, is there anything I've missed in this update? I mean, there wasn't a lot in the patch notes, and that lighting wasn't even mentioned there, so there might be some hidden things for people to talk about. So let me know if there's anything that I've missed. And third, what do you think of my Frostpunk video? I released it not too long ago, and I've been trying to get some feedback on it because I put a lot of effort into it, and it's something that I want to do alongside some of the other videos I do for Payday and Killing Floor. Not that Frostpunk is going to be a main staple of this channel, but just like talking about some other games that I really like, or doing video game reviews in general. So check that video out and let me know. Do it at least for me, you know, I'm not looking for views here on it. I'm just honestly curious if I did a good job. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment on what you think of this update and my Frostpunk video as well. And subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for new Payday, Killing Floor, and game review content. As always, remember to stay hydrated, and remember, I love you!